Hi, my name is Wendy Allen. I am here to do some teaching on YouTube, and my first show is going to be about setting up your tarot table, and I will be going through that with you today. So a little bit about me. I am a certified life coach. I'm a tarot card life coach certified. I'm a certified aromatherapist, and I'm getting my degree in psychology. So anyway, that's about me, and I love people, I love life, I love to help others, and so that's why I'm here. My main thing on YouTube is going to revolve around life skills and life coaching, because as you know that they don't teach life skills in school anymore, and so I would like to kind of fill in the gap and do some refreshers for everybody as reminders of some things that are very educational that we all need to know about. So I'll be doing several shows up ahead, and keep your eye out for that. Make sure you subscribe so you'll know when I'm going to be on. But today we're going to focus on just setting up a tarot board. I'm also very much of a tarot reader. I've been a tarot reader for 40 years, and I just love it. So I'm going to teach you how to set up your board today, and we'll go ahead and just get started. So first of all, sorry about the note. I took a few notes, no big deal. I make my boards. Here we go, okay? Here's my board, and that's the back of it. It's just plain. I paint my boards with acrylic. I'm an artist also, but I also use a Lazy Susan, they call these. They spin around like this. I sit this down on my table, and I put my board down. I also can custom make your board. I have boards that I make for people, and I sell them. They're reasonable, about $150. You know, if you want a custom board, I can make it for you. You just need to tell me what you want and contact me, and I'll get paint it for you, hand paint it. And I'll go ahead and put my board down here. So you don't need to use a board. You will need to use some type of a table covering, something similar like this. Okay, I have one here. You can buy these on my website, which I will list after the show is over. But here is a nice little table covering. You just lay it down, and this is your workspace. This is where the tarot card reading will take place. Okie doke. Now we are going to go ahead and start with one moment. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start with the smudging and the also the burning of the, forget it. We're just going, I'm going to cut that, don't worry. So we're going to start our setup with smudging and also burning incense of sage or another smell of incense. I like to use dragon's blood when I'm cleansing. We need to clear and cleanse the energy from the cards and from the tools from the prior reading. You clean and cleanse the cards every time you start again, you read. So all you have to do is get some smudging sage. It looks just like this, okay? And all you need to do is light up the sage. Also make sure you have your cards ready. Here's your cards. This is a brand new deck, so I really don't mind saging it. And I will be teaching this deck because it is a teaching deck, and you're gonna love it. But I want to make sure you get it ordered before we teach. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull my deck out. I like to put my deck in like a little dish. Kind of keeps it in one place, organized, like that. Okay, so here's my deck. Sit it on your table and light your sage. Before you light the sage, light your candles. You'll want to have one blue, one white. The blue is for peace and harmony, and the white is for purity and clarity. So I'm going to light the sage here. There's some blue string on it. I'm just going to take the string off because sometimes it just gets in the way. So just take it off, throw it in your garbage, and then pull back the sage at the tip. Pull it back so it's kind of loose, So I want you to take a look at it. Here we go. See? It's loose. It's not all tightly wound. And then we're going to start it. Put it in the candle like this. Here we go. Upside down. Let the flame burn on it so it catches. Here we go. Here we go. You see the smoke coming? Okay, good, good. Once it catches, you lightly blow it. And when I say lightly, I mean lightly. Otherwise, you're going to have little sparks flying all over. And that could be dangerous. So just very lightly. Take a lot of care when you're burning because we don't want fires. And boy, I'll tell you, I've burned some sage sometimes that have just, I thought I was going to have a fire in my house. Seriously. Okay, so just keep lighting it. You want to lit really good so you get a good amount of smoke. Whoa, see what I mean? Okay, this is interesting. My pretty dress. Ah, okay. I'm in Gothic wear today, but I almost burned it up. So, anyway, okay. Here it is. Lightly blow on it. I recommend you take one of these cast iron little pans and blow it towards the pan instead of outwards, because then it's going to get everywhere and could start fire. So the purpose of the sage is to clear the energy. You want to get a lot of smoke going. So I'm just going to keep blowing it till I get the amount of smoke that I like, because I like a lot of smoke. Okay, now take the smoke and you're going to go over your cards. Very nicely smoke the cards. It's called saging the cards. It clears the cards. Of course, like I said again, energies. We have good energies and bad energies. The last person you read for, we don't know what kind of energy they had. And if they had carried some energies that got into your cards, because tarot, what it does is it picks up the spirit of the other person. It picks up the energy, not the spirit, but the energy of the other person. And so you want to clear your deck, clear and cleanse it. Because you never know what kind of energy that they carried with them that went into the deck, or the deck picked it up. Because it is very spiritual. Okay, so here we go. You may have to relight your sage periodically if it burns out. Okay, so just, cleanse your deck like that. Also make sure you're cleansed. Take the sage around your head, around your arms, up and down your arms like this. Okay, make sure you're cleansing yourself like that, really nicely. Your legs. It's really nice if you have a partner or a friend who can sage you before you do, to go ahead and before you do your reading, okay? So sage yourself really good. Now, I'm going to suggest that you get most of this done prior to your reading. Your client is not going to sit around and wait. So we want to have this all part done before the reading. Okay, here we go. Also, sage is also very good for cleansing your house. So what you do is you blow the smoke from room to room and you clear the energy in your house, or you can clear the energy in anybody's house. If anybody wants a house cleaning or clearing, use the sage and go from room to room and just smoke it out. And then when you get done smoking it with the sage, you open your front door, open your windows, and let it all out. So you're letting bad energy out basically when you're opening the door and windows. But at least if there's any lingering spirits or bad energy, it's not going to want to stay around the sage. It doesn't like the sage all that much. So another suggestion with these. That's why people smudge. Here we go, just like that. Just like that. Okay, I think that's good enough. I think we got a pretty good handle on the sage. Now, also, if you don't have smudging sage, you can also buy incense that are sage, like these, okay? These are like, I don't know, $2 a box. They smell really good too. So I recommend also burn these. You can burn these with another scent like frankincense or, I don't know. I tend to like to use the dragon's blood, especially when I'm doing tarot work. So I use the incense, and I also burn. This is called dragon's blood, and it's just like sage. Okay, so what you do with it is you sprinkle it on your little plate, okay, and then you light it on fire like you would an incense. Well, you don't light it on fire. You light it like an incense, and it burns smoke, just like the incense does, or the sage. But it's a lot more potent, and I'll tell you, if you get this going, it will smoke out everything. I had so much smoke in my house, it took me almost 3 days to clear it when I used dragon's blood. But my home really needed a really good cleansing anyway. So here we go. This is dragon's blood, which I will be having available on my website soon. So I will have a lot of these items available on my website. I do have sage on there now, and I just ordered 10 decks of tarot cards because I am going to be introducing to you a brand new deck. It's a teaching deck. It's a learning deck. For brand new readers, it's a very so hands-on, easy deck. You can learn the cards very simply. So I'm going to be going through this with you in the upcoming days. I'm waiting on the cards. I have 10 decks ordered. If you want to get in on these with me, go ahead and order the decks from my website, which they will be available probably about, hopefully by next week. Probably not next week, but the week after, okay? But that's not going to stop us from going through the cards and learning the deck. We have 78 cards to learn. How fun, right? Great. So now that we've got that done, we're going to go ahead and put, also with your setup, you're going to want to have some small crystals, just like these, okay? I'll just pour some out. Okay, they're like these. Okay, these are genuine crystals. Don't use anything fake. Use the real crystals, okay? And what you'll do is, as you do a reading, you have to really have these. So let's just say you pull up a card. You're pulling up a card. Okay, so this person, it says, reach out for the help you need when you need it. This is a couple that's going to be going in front of a judge or somebody with paperwork. So it can have to do with a divorce and some issues of that sort, legal issues, papers, divorce, something of that sort. So my client says, oh yeah, that makes so much sense. I'm going to be getting a divorce. And you go, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. You know, let me help you with some of that, because there's so much involved in divorce. There's emotions and sadness, and sometimes you feel like you're just going to fall apart. I've been divorced a couple times, and I understand that. So here is a card I pulled. So the client gets this card, but we're in the middle of doing a complete reading, past, present, future reading. And so I don't have time to really counsel her or help her right now, because we got to keep going with the reading. But what I will do is take a crystal like this, a little tiny one, and I'll stick it right on top of the card. That tells me, okay, you're going to go back to that, and you're going to take some notes, find out really what's going on, set up a session with that client, and go ahead and do some counseling with them and help them get through this very difficult time. Okay, so I always have, depends on how long my reading is, I have lots of crystals. You know, I got pretty ones, pointed ones, and of course, you know, crystals bring in good energy most of the time. They're good energy, but I do also like to smudge my crystals, and I like to put them out in the moonlight or the sun. It re-energizes them. So you take your crystal and you put it out into the beautiful sunshine, or under the moonlight, the full moon, and you just take your jar, you just put them out there and you smudge them, and then you leave them out there all night and let the energies of the universe charge these crystals up and bring in really good energy as well. Okay. Also, I always tell my clients, my job as a tarot reader is to encourage and help my clients feel better about life. And that is my whole purpose. I am not a witch. I'm not a dark reader. I don't do anything dark. It's all in the light. I was a Christian, or still am a Christian, and that hasn't changed for several 40 years, 50 years maybe. I've been a Christian for 50 years on top of it. So my job is to reassure them that the other side is okay. It's not as scary as you think it is, even though you've been brought up and told that, oh, you know, don't mess around with the other side. Don't mess around with anything spiritual. It's dangerous. Okay. Well, put aside all of that. When you're going to be working with me, it's all going to be positive. You'll have an open mind, and you'll understand that, no. You were told wrong. We're going to try to straighten all that out. Tarot card isn't from the devil. That makes me laugh. Anyway, there's not very much that the devil has to do with any of this, to be honest with you. It has nothing really to do with it at all. And I can help you deal with whatever insecurities that you may have with your readings, or even wanting to try a tarot reading if you've never had one. But, you know, audience and friends, people out there assume it's evil or bad, all these different things. So as a tarot reader, you've got to break down all of those really bad beliefs and let them know, no. This isn't bad. This is to help you in life and help other people in life. And it's a high calling to have. And we're here to help. And whatever, like I said, insecurities you have, we will go ahead and work through that as well. Great, yay. Okay, so now we've got the crystals here. Also, I keep a bell. Okay, this is a bell that you may not want to start conjuring yet, but when you do, you'll want a bell. And some clients want to connect again with their deceased father, mother, brother, sister, whoever just died. They want to connect, and so we can do that as tarot readers. We need a bell, and we need to focus and concentrate on the connection for your client. So now you can read through your cards, or the spirit will speak and read through you. Well, not read through you, but will speak through you, which happens all the time. Just stay open, let the spirit come through. And they usually have a message to give to the loved one or the client that you have in front of you. A lot of times I'll just start flipping cards, and I'll let them pull the cards. So what I would do is take these cards, I would spread them all out like so, and I say, okay, you know, John Michael is here, go ahead and pull a card. They would pull the card, and then I would say, oh, look, we pulled the death card. So this is just another way of telling you that he is here with us for sure. There's no lie about that, okay? So, and then I could look at this card and go, yeah, this card, he's just telling you there's a confirmation that he's here, okay? He's here. And he wants to leave a message and talk to you through these cards. And then I'll say, okay, let's pull another card. Okay, so they pull another card. Here it is. Here's another card. Okay, so we've got a card that is the Nine of Swords. So this card, he would be saying like, oh my goodness, I saw your grief. I saw your crying. I saw how badly it hurt when I passed on, and I'm acknowledging that for you right now, that you weren't alone. But I understand how badly that hurt and how sorry I am, but it was my time to go, or whatever he's going to say, okay? So as you're doing these conjuring sessions, they'll be pulling cards. The client pulls the cards, okay? And also, not only that, the client can pull their own cards anytime. They just can't look at them. You say, okay, pull the card and give it to me face down. They pull it to you. They give it to you face down, and you're the reader. You do the reading, okay? So there's many ways to set up your cards. There's many different styles to set it up: past, present, future, just present and future. You could do a year reading, 12-month reading, where you pull, one card for each month, 12 cards. You flip them, tells the client how their year is going to go. Or you can do a monthly reading, which you would do a 4-week pull, four cards for the month. You pull each card for each week. Tells them, oh boy, next month is going to be difficult, or next month is going to be a great month, and there's a promotion coming up. Okay, so you can do any kind of reading you think. A relationship reading is also in the cards. You could do just a question if you wanted to. Okay, so hopefully that helped you all with the cards and how to set up your tarot. So let's just go back and review the setting up. This is what you're going to need, okay? I want to just go ahead and review so you can write it down. Go ahead and get your paper and pen. Good job. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy. I'm going to make new friends. I'm going to have new people in my life, spiritual people, and I get to do some, counseling and all these things that I just love to do. But anyway, hopefully you got your pen and pencil. So I'm just going to run through the list very quickly. Setting up the tarot board. You either have to have a board or a cloth or a table, something to do your reading on, okay? Next one is doing your smudging. Okay, you're going to smudge the cards every time, and you're going to smudge the area, smudge your tools, smudge your crystals, your candles, everything you're working with. Smudge them, smudge yourself. Okay, and the next one is going to be, you have some incense available too. Actually, like I showed you, the incense, the sage incense works just as good as the smudging. And it's more practical actually when you're doing a reading. Just use the incense. Okay, also make sure you have plenty of matches. I keep these matches on hand only because I have the worst luck with lighters. They just never start for me. So keep some box matches on hand. Also make sure if you have a good lighter, just have a good lighter. Make sure you can light it. You're not going to waste the whole time trying to get your tools lit. Next one is have a few small crystals, remember? Okay, and you're going to want to have a couple candles. I like blue and white. You can do white or blue. You can really do any color, but I like to have the soft, beautiful colors to keep a very calm type of atmosphere. So blue and white candles are nice to use. Also, you should have a bell, and that's for conjuring. When you get to the point where you feel comfortable with it, you can use the bell to call them up, okay? And always give Thanksgiving. Tell them, thank you for showing up. I'm so glad you came. Thank you for sharing your thoughts and connecting. So we have to show a lot of respect to the tarot, okay? Always show respect. Give the tarot Thanksgiving too for the readings. And one thing I didn't mention, when I do a conjuring, I charge more because it's a lot more energy off of me. I have to take, the spirit works through me even more so than just reading tarot. So I have to usually charge more. I generally charge probably about $65 for conjuring, okay? And for a reading, I usually charge for a session, tarot reading session, it runs starting at $25. If you buy 3 sessions, you get 1 free. So you can make up whatever kind of deals you want to do for your readings. And as you become popular with it, you may want to have to adjust your prices. Okie dokie. The other thing you need is just make sure you have a paper and a pen to take notes, because you have, like I said, you have these little cards. You're going to go back and counsel a little bit with the person and what's going on, and then possibly connect with an appointment. If you don't have time to counsel them then and there, you can always get an appointment, or you can do it then and there. It's your own thing. You can do whatever you want to do. So if you have any questions, you can feel free to email me at #1 wendy.lee.allen@gmail.com. And please do check out my my shop, which is called my shop is going to be wrong. One more time. Okay, so my shop is https:// metaphysical and more company site. Or you can put my name in there. Instead of company site, you could put in, okay, let's try this again. Okay, so my website is https:// and more Wendy Wendy Allen. Okay, I'll read that again. It's metaphysical and more company site, and that's it, Wendy Allen. It should pull right up. It's a new website, guys. Okay, so we're going to, I'll be stocking it more. There's a lot. It's a store. You can get your cards there. You can get a lot of things there, but I'm still stocking it. It's new. I just barely opened it. So if you have any trouble finding it, it's just look up my name too, Wendy Allen, metaphysical and more. You should find it. And of course, my email again is wendy.lee.allen@gmail.com. And make sure you share and subscribe. And we have another show coming up next, which will be building your toolbox. Fun. Okay, well, have a great evening, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.